Alright, since I got the whole gym to myself, let's learn how to warm up. Alright, so now we're going to learn how to properly warm up. Okay, so the first thing you need to know about stretching is there's two types of stretches. One, there's static stretching, and two, there's dynamic stretching. The difference between both of them is A, static stretching is you're holding it. You're holding a position for 45, 60 seconds. This is a static stretch. A dynamic stretch is going to be something that's moving, that's lubricating the joints and ligaments so that you can be prepared for the movement. So for example, this is a dynamic warm-up. See, I'm getting everything warmed up to prepare for the lift. So first things first is you want to do 5 to 7 minutes on a piece of cardio equipment. Doesn't matter whether it's a treadmill, a bike, elliptical, whatever it is. You want to get your blood flowing through your entire body. So 5 to 10 minutes on cardio will be ideal. After your cardio session, that's when you move on to the dynamic stretching. If we're doing a leg workout, then yes, you mostly want to stretch out your lower body. But if you're doing a whole body workout, then you want to stretch out the entire body. So we're going to start from the bottom. So what we're going to do is what I just showed you. We're literally just going to stand here and do this for about 45 to 60 seconds per leg. We're going to switch, same thing, other leg. After you do that for 45 seconds each leg, you're going to come and do the exact same thing. But instead of going forwards and backwards, you're going to go side to side, working the abductors and your abductors. You done turn me to a beast. Hope you're proud, let me know. You ain't even. Okay, so we're getting low for this one. We're going to get in a nice sumo squat position. We're going to go down to the sumo squat, and all we're going to do is just rotate side to side, just like this. After you do this for 30 to 45 seconds, then you go on one side, and you're going to keep your entire foot on the ground, and you're going to roll out your ankle. This is just working on the stability of your ankles.
You just smile, let it go. Call me quick to lose your seat. Settle down, watch your tone. I don't want to hear a beat, not a sound when I'm up. It's a good thing I'm a hustler. Can't let nobody get in between.
This one can be done for 15 to 20 seconds.
I'ma get to it by any means. I'm a monster, something about it.
Next thing we're doing is good morning. So you're gonna take a bar, anything that you can put behind your back, just like this. We're gonna put our feet parallel, shoulder width apart, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna hinge the hips backwards. So we're hinging the hips backwards, stretching our hamstrings. Backwards, 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 all the way. Hinging, hinging, hinging. We're not standing straight up and bending forward, we're hinging the hips. That's key, is the hinge.
Puts me at peace, I'm a hustler. If it is a thought, then it'll be. See them living in they
You want to keep a big chest while you're doing this.
dreaming, I don't want to be one of them. I'ma live out my dream, there's a difference between our love for this.
Try sinking deeper and deeper into it every time you go down.
Confidence drop like leaves when they colors turn to some other shit. Once I get at the green on they trees, what we gon' be covered with. Humble youngin', but I
do that 45, 60 seconds. Always want to do something to activate and stabilize the core before you're doing any exercises. A great way to do this is something called bird dogs. You're going to raise your opposite arm with your opposite leg. So watch this. If you're on a bench just like this, you're going to get on all fours, making sure everything's straight. You don't want to dip your hips. That's what you want to catch. You don't want to dip anything down. Try to keep everything straight. You don't want to dip your shoulders. You want to keep everything straight, everything level. Then you're going to go opposite leg with opposite arm. Squeezing the core the entire time to activate. This is stability for the core. Opposite arm, opposite leg, trying to keep everything straight.
stand my ground, watch how you move. Your vision's bigger than your work ethic. Pockets like ooh, I never judge, I took my notes, you show me not what to do. Now my pockets is Lil Terrio, I'm killing it, ooh. You be calling me father, I son you my
10 sets on each side and you'll be warmed up. Now it's time to warm the upper body up. So first thing I like to do is grab a band, get in the middle, and you can do one side at a time, you can do both. This one I'm just gonna do both. I'm doing 2 sets of 15. So I'm gonna go 1, very slow, very controlled. 2.
It's the note you take from me, probably worth more than all that you've netted. And honestly, I ain't sorry, all of the talking been getting to my head again and again. It fucked with me for a minute.
And then you're also gonna do the same thing but frontwards, keeping your arms straight, very slow, very controlled.
Finally see why they called to me, cause I counted on my own belief. Now I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Nowadays my heart's 0 You done turned me to a beast. Hope you proud, let me know. You ain't even losing sleep.
Like I said, 2 sets of 15 on both of those. Your shoulders will be at less risk of injury. And trust me, you don't want to injure your shoulders. Once those things are injured, they're never gonna be the same. Only other thing I'm gonna do is literally arm circles. It might sound stupid, it might sound silly, it might sound simple, but trust me, You're lubricating the joints. That's all you're doing. So you just want to start with small, going frontwards, and then slowly get bigger. Full range of motion. And then you're slowly going to get smaller. And then do the same thing, but just in reverse. Smaller, smaller, and then slowly get bigger.
You just smile, let it go. Call me quick to lose these scenes. Settle down.
2 sets of 30 seconds. Again, your shoulders are going to be less risk of injury. Before you go heavy, you obviously want to slowly progress up to that heavy weight. You don't want to just jump right into it. You want to do a couple warm-up sets and do very small jumps. If you're working up to a 1 rep max, don't go any heavier than 15% of your 1 rep max every jump. That's actually going to improve your 1 rep max. Any compound movement, you want to prime your CNS. So slowly working up, that's priming your CNS to get that heavy load for your 1 rep max. And that's everything, guys. Hopefully that helps just a little bit. Maybe shows you a little bit extra to do before you work out. Now it's time to go crush some PRs. Go kill it out there, guys. Don't forget to clean your equipment. Alright, so I know it's a big thing that people don't stretch before the workouts, but I highly recommend stretching before your workouts. Not static stretching though. Static stretching is the worst thing you can do before a workout. It tears the muscle to a point where you're actually going to be weaker. So don't static stretch. If you're going to do static stretching, do like 10 to 20 seconds max. Do not hold that position for 45 to 60 seconds. You're tearing the muscle, you're stretching the muscle to a point where you're getting weaker. Dynamic stretching is going to be where it's at. You're getting full range of motion and you're lubricating the joints to be prepared to work up to that heavy weight.
You done turned me to a beast. Hope you proud, let me know. You ain't even losing sleep. You just smile, let it go. Call me quick to lose these scenes. Settle